This man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a
Damn.
Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Whoa.
What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
Whoa.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and they're all just watching, and they let that get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
We finally hear from one of the guys who was there when the girl got hit by the brick for not giving her number up.
Damn, hold on. Let's see that again, man. That's wild.
This man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face? How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?"
We finally hear from one of the guys who was there when the girl got hit by the brick for not giving her number up.
I was one of the guys who was there that did not help her when she was getting hit with the brick, right? I feel like people need to know the whole story before they start commenting and say things they don't understand or they don't know. You guys don't even remember who you guys are trying to defend, who you guys are trying to speak up for. This is the same woman that was going around smacking white people in the streets. She's not innocent.
Really?
She was actually taunting the guy to hit her. Why would I go defend somebody that's actually looking for trouble?
Damn, bro, that thing, look, that thing right there is big as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. That definitely left a mark. That's for damn sure. Hey, man, look, this is a wild situation, and unfortunately, we got way too many situations that happen like this, and so this literally can happen anywhere, anytime. Especially being in Vegas, you have all kind of wild stuff like this, especially domestic things. And I don't condone no violence to women. Let me go ahead and tell you that ASAP. I do not. And hopefully she got better and she's been able to recover. So with that being said, here's my thoughts. The whole thing here is about the guys not helping, right? And I see it in the comments, a lot of these comments, and a lot of women are saying there's no more men left, and this is how the men of today, and men just hate women, and they're not protected anymore. It's like, look, you can't expect the average man to protect you if you're not respecting the average man. She said no, and he just hit her with a brick. That kind of sound odd, because I'm thinking if for you to stand there in front of somebody, for them to go get a brick, unless they had the brick already in their hand or in their pocket or something, you know what I mean? They had already ready, waiting for you to say no. They just gonna bash you on the side of your head with a brick. I don't know about that. It sounds like a little something more to that, but I don't condone violence, man. That's definitely what I don't do, especially against women. Something's not making sense, right? So it sounds like what a lot of women do out here, right, is they see danger and they almost look danger in the face and dare danger to happen. And to me, that's not the way to do things. You know what I mean? There's a such thing as fight or flight. You see there's danger. You see that you're outnumbered, outgunned, out-weaponized. You need to get your ass up on out of there. as soon as you make that decision, the better, right? You know, some people will say, well, I'm gonna do this to you. Do this. I dare you. Or, yeah, I bet you won't do that. You know, assuming that because people are outside, people are, you know, around, that nothing gonna go down. And a lot of times, I don't give a damn. Some people don't give a damn if it's broad daylight. They gonna do it. They gonna get away with it. They feel like it. They don't care. They that angry when something happened to you. And regardless if it happened to somebody or even if the person get caught, it happened to you. And now you got a whole injury or worse, or some kind of handicap going on, or death. You can't expect the average man to help anyway, right? Like, I don't go out in the world, and I think most men don't go out in the world assuming somebody's gonna help them. Some people will help. I mean, I see people all the time on the side of the road. They car broke down or something like that. I'll get out of my car and help them. If I got time, if I'm not rushing nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Hey, why not, right? But you can't assume that, like, you know what I'm saying? That most people say thank you and they appreciate that. I know I do if I needed help. So I think you can't expect somebody to help you. I think that's the whole thing about it. That's a special thing, to have somebody not only help you step up to where they might get hurt. They got a family to go home to, but they putting their life on the line to help you out, who they don't even know, or whatever. Like, they don't know what went down, and they stepping in to try to help you. And a lot of people get hurt doing that, or they end up hurting another person and getting into some kind of legal trouble because of you. And so a lot of guys is like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not stepping up for that, especially if the person don't even respect me. They're not even thankful. They assume that this is required to be a man in society, is to put my life on the line for you. You know, I've seen instances where, you know, a woman was just egging the guy on, putting hands in the face, you know, damn near smacking the dude, muffing the guy. And again, you know, you would think, okay, well, a guy could just handle it. Even a girl say, oh, you a bitch, you know, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You can handle it, you know, be a man and all this other stuff. Well, some people just lose it, and they're not gonna stand for it. And again, they go overboard. Something like this is definitely overboard. Ladies, you gotta understand, man, you're dealing with a lot of weirdos out here, and you know, you gotta control yourself, control your emotions, and not everybody's gonna give you that grace. No, not everybody's gonna be your husband or your boyfriend and give you the type of grace where they'll let you, you know, they understand you got a little bit of a temper. They understand that, you know, you get a hot head with it a little bit here and there. A random guy is just gonna, you know, react how they react, whether that's walking away or, you know, laughing it off, or they go overboard. You know, that's life. I can go outside right now and I start egging people on. I already know that a fight can happen, and not only just a fight, but some more violent than that could happen. I might do something thinking it might be a fight, and this person ain't trying to fight. They trying to, you know what I'm saying, deal with the situation, or they going through something and it becomes more than what it's supposed to be. Not giving the person the excuse to do something like this. But again, you got to understand that these things happen. And one thing I will say, man, to a lot of women, is just be careful of the type of energy you put out there. You know, like I said, sometimes people out here, they crazy, and you just never know. And you don't want to egg situations on, you know. And I know a lot of women feel like they're going to, you know, continue to run their mouth. They're going to say what they're going to say and get it off their chest. And okay, you know, but you know, there's repercussions to all of that. And I understand that what you say doesn't beget violence, you know, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you don't know when a person has had enough. They draw the line and it's over with, and they just going overboard. Again, right or wrong don't matter at that time. It still happened, and whatever happened to you. And you hope that it's not too overboard where you can't come back from it. You know, it's a permanent problem. It's a permanent issue you got to deal with. To sit up here and say that all men are weak because of this situation, or to any situation that might happen like this, is disingenuous. Because I look at it like, if men aren't protecting women, who's protecting women? I'll wait. Because I don't see women protecting women like that. There's some badass women out here. Don't get me wrong. Now they can take care of themselves, but we're talking about on average, you don't have a lot of women protecting women. You got more men protecting women than anything, women and children. So that's a false narrative. And again, I think this adds on to the issues that men have with any type of empathy towards women nowadays. Because again, if you're saying I don't need men and you're independent, and then you have a general negative disposition towards men, I think men could sense that, and they're just like, look, I'm not gonna lift a finger. I'm not gonna lift a finger because you don't respect me, and I'm not gonna put my life on the line for someone that don't respect me. It's gotten to a point where, again, these conversations need to be had constantly. When it's mostly negative and we're looking at the worst sides of each other and we're expecting the worst sides of each other, you're gonna start getting that. You can't expect men to help you all the time. Let me repeat. You cannot expect it. If men come to your rescue, that is a great thing. That is an absolute hero. That means that he's willing to put his life, his health on the line for you, for somebody he does not know. And I'm all about protecting the children, especially children and women. The issue with women, and a lot of times when trying to save them, is that sometimes you don't know if you're getting involved in something that they're completely innocent on. Again, nowhere am I condoning violence against women. I certainly wouldn't want to hit a woman with a brick in the face. But when you got to say, well, most people, if they're going and they say, I'm going to go get a brick to hit you, most people would just, you know what, let me run off. I would suggest most women to do that. You know what I'm saying? While they got a chance, go ahead and run. I mean, there's a such thing as fight or flight. A lot of women got to learn this. It's a survival trait. It's like, look, if you see somebody going to grab a weapon or they threatening you, you should take it seriously. Don't egg that man on. Don't egg that woman on. Women out here strapped as well. So sometimes you just got to let things be, live to fight another day, basically. You know what I'm saying? And so when you got somebody outnumbering you or they got more weapons, maybe you need to go ahead and take heed and get up out of there. It's just as simple as being smart. But just back on this lady, because again, I don't have all the details. It seems like most of those guys there are just bystanders. They don't necessarily know what's going on. And for a lot of men, they're just thinking, you know what, I'm not, especially in today's society, they're thinking, I'm going to think twice before I just go and put myself in front and protect another woman that I do not know. And ladies, if you feel like you need protection, you want protection, then you need to get a man. You need to find a man that's going to help you and help provide safety and security. Any woman that I'm with, I tell them right away, any emergency that happens, call me. If I'm not around, we have a certain protocol, a certain code of action in case emergency happens. This is what you need to do. Otherwise, you know, to expect a random person, don't get me wrong, there's people out there that would put their lives on the line. There's a lot of people that do that. Quite a few people that do that. But not everybody will do so. And so you got to act like you are your last line of defense. So basically, you know, you never know if someone's going to give you a hand or not. Someone's going to help you or not. Whether they fight in your defense, they get in the person's way, or they lay the person, get in between you and the person, or they help you call emergency police there or something like that. Most people don't want to get involved. Some women get into danger and think that they can go to a random stranger and then get into more danger. We don't have to go into detail, but there's plenty of examples like that, right? A young lady gets into trouble and then she manages to escape or get away from the initial threat and then runs to someone who she thinks is going to help them. And they take it a step further and become a threat number 2, or, you know, and now all of a sudden now you in even more danger. That's the initial piece, right? It's just to not expect random people to help. The other piece is she's basically shaming and throwing guilt at these men for not helping. And I think a good portion of men would help. They at least say something, try to distract the person, try to, you know, slow down or stop something, you know what I'm saying, to help stop the situation. But the other piece is women have to, you know, understand, like, you're throwing guilt and shame to these men. They don't owe you anything. You don't get to just summon a man when you need them, especially when your disposition against men and the way you treat men in your life, if it's not respectful. If you don't respect the average man, you shouldn't expect the average man to help you. And it sounds like this lady already has a foul disposition on men in the first place. And again, I'm not saying she deserves that at all whatsoever, but how she's talking about it and who she's blaming. I mean, blame the guy that hit you with the brick. He's the one that's in the wrong. Definitely should be hitting the girl with a brick because they said no to you. As they're walking away, they might say some foul shit, but they don't hit nobody with no bricks. I ain't never seen that. But hey, foul shit happens every day, right? All I'm saying is, if you expect the average man to help you, and you're saying why the real men aren't going to help you, you need to respect the average man. And I'm not saying you got to kiss them average man's ass. I'm saying that if you find yourself saying all men ain't shit, you're frowning at most men, you can't crack a smile, you get what you give. When you need help, that's the only time when you're looking around for somebody to give you assistance. And that's when the only time you even see somebody's on the radar. When your car break down on the side of the road, and now all of a sudden, where are the men at? Where's the man to help? You're independent. You're so independent where you don't need a man, but then all of a sudden your car breaks down and now you need a man real quick. My girl, I'm doing whatever I need to do to help her out. If I can't get there, we're gonna go ahead with get whatever paid and get her help pronto. But somebody that's a random woman, I had to think and say, well, is this something I need to do? Is it something that I have a calling for? I may or may not. And that's definitely well within my prerogative to do so or not. There's no guilt. There's no shame. If you ask her, hey, would you lift a finger for this man? Most likely, most of these women will say no. That I come across these same women with the same type of disposition towards men. So I got sent this video to react to. And I think mainly the gist of it was from men that thought it was, I won't say funny, but thought it was interesting, thought it was ironic that this woman was calling on the help from a man that she's probably would say that she don't need. And I think a lot of men are sick of it. They're sick of it, man. They're sick of the blatant disrespect for the average guy. Like they don't have value, where you can see the value right there, right? If a man stepped up, that's his value right there, right? To help protect women in society. Would you want your husband or your boyfriend or your brother or your father to help a young lady that they do not know? It's much deeper than just saying, hey, men should just help all women. And believe me, you can count me in as somebody who would help. I'm definitely going to be there to say, hey, what's going on or something, at least, try to distract the person. I guess, like I said, depends on the situation. And what I'm able to observe at the time. A lot of guys are just saying, look, I'm gonna think twice before I put myself in a situation where now I have to fend for myself, or now I have to fend for and keep myself out of danger. Now I'm putting myself in a danger where it's a life threatening situation. And so, yeah, man, y'all gotta look at it both sides. And the good thing about it, this lady was able to survive. She went to the hospital. Looks like she went to the hospital and got treated. Like I said, hopefully she recovered. There's no victim blaming here. But I believe in every situation, you look what you can do differently. You look at what you can do to improve. It could be just what street you walk down on, or what time of night you were outside, or they blindsided you, or whatever, right? You could look at how you move. And so whatever her role in, hopefully she learned. But yeah, man. Hey, man, we can talk about this shit all night, man. Straight up. Like, these type of things happen every day. Some way, shape, or form. It's crazy out here. But let me know what y'all think, man. Hit that comment section hard now. You dig? Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that like button. Bang on that like button. Bang on that like button. Bang on that like button. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Be easy. We out.